Hello guys, my name is Leroy Hawkson and this is EAN News. I am currently with the president of the Ghana Esports Association, Kwesi Hayford. We're here to talk about 2021 and 2022, what's happened and what is going to happen. So Kwesi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Leroy. It's always nice to meet you and chat with you.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you as well. So first off, I know I always talk about what is esports, all that, but I feel like enough is enough. Esports is basically just gaming and competitive gaming at that. So I want us to finally just get to know you, get to understand where you came from and how you got into this whole space. So could you first tell us, how did you get into gaming in the first place?
Okay, so I always loved art. I like drawing and I like comics, and I think that's where it started from. I like technology. I like gadgets. I like creating, innovating stuff. So my desire to do all that, and I love movies. But I think back in the days, my parents used to take me to the cinema hall and all the stuff that is with there. I used to go and sit close to the projection machine just to see how it works. So my passion for technology, passion for art, and music as well, all culminated into me liking games. And I think that I loved playing games from my earlier stage. So that really got me into having that. And I took that to school. In the secondary school, I tried activating some esports. Not in the secondary school, the university. And then after university, I really went into organizing esports events.
So how did you... Let me just first ask this before I get to that, but what games were you normally playing? What games interested you during your...
I mean, back in then, I the ones that I could really remember that were my favorite that I played back to back, DuckTales on Game Boy, Metroid as well. Those were two of the games, two cartridges that I had, and I played them back to back. And then it's still part of me, like anytime I'll get it, I want to play it again. Yeah.
I was more of a JRPG guy.
Yes. I mean, that has become my listen. I'm much more on adventure, strategy games kind of a person. I love Age of Empire, like Warcraft, Starcraft, those kind of Halo Reach games that, it's really about building and technology age from different age to another age. So I like those kind of games because it makes you think. You have to be very strategic in battle, in producing food, in catering for your population. You have to build from the Stone Age to the Wood Age to the Metal Age. So it's wonderful. And that helps me also in my day-to-day life, how to manage my life.
So let's come back and talk about the Ghana Esports Association. When was it formed? How did it come to be? Were you guys just sitting in a room and just saying to yourself, you know what, let's form an esports federation?
I mean, it's not that. But before then, there were friends who came together to put together the esports. And I think it was Aaron of Playboys, a Uzi of Virtual Union, then Rex Dankwa of For Change. And these... and myself, I mean, we came together to form the Ghana Esports. Then we registered it in 2016. So that is the genesis of... Because at that time, we were just trying to... We knew that we needed a unity and united front, a mouthpiece for the gamers. Not only the gamers, also for vendors selling a gaming apparel, for the game centers, for everyone that is within the esports space, because it was new. and we needed to curate it, we needed to regulate it, we needed to be able to preserve the integrity of the space. So that is why we came together to make sure that there's a body that people can report people to and be able to manage and bring credibility into the space. Yeah.
And over the years, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, esports has really grown in leaps and bounds. I looked at 2021 and I thought to myself, wow. I honestly think I got into the esports space about 2 or 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. So to see such jump in improvement when it comes to esports, especially when I heard about the Jumia event, the prize money, I can't even remember it, but I remember it being so huge, around, was it 10,000 Ghana cedis or so? And I thought to myself, wow, that's a lot of money for a sport that's just developing.
Yeah, I think the total prize pool was around 275,000 or so, and then spread across. And it was also one of the biggest tournaments ever held in Ghana because we did it in about 3 cities with about 13 gaming centers, and each 13 gaming centers had about more than 30 people registering. If you do the math, that is huge.
Yeah.
And that is only about 13 gaming hubs. Mm-hmm. And in Ghana, we have more than about, let's say, 250 gaming hubs, right? So, yes, the Jumia deal was a great one. Then came the TCL event. Then came the NBA 2K event with Mali, the Level Up, the Level Unlock agency from US with Dr. Malita and his crew. Then we also did Malina Gamers. We did a partnership with Malina Gamers. So, then also came the annual MTN Conquest event as well. So then also we had the regional tournament. We had the Western, then we came and we went to Ashanti. Then after Ashanti, we did Volta. So these are all events that really has catapulted these sports in the space. Apart from that, there was the online tournament that was also ongoing here and there. I know there was some other international engagement as well. We did the qualifiers for the Global Esports Federation. So a lot of activities were around. I think we did an activity, 2 events per month. So if 12, that is 24 events, and in partnership and in collaboration with other agencies, but it was all good.
So what would you say was the highlight of 2021 for you?
For me, 2021 was the ability to go to the other regions to activate grassroots participation. Other than that, we can't say we are growing if we only stay in Accra. So I like going to the Takoradi, I like going to the Ashanti and the whole, so that the gamers in every region knows that they are being catered for and they can really participate in the growth of esports. We're looking at Eastern this year. We're looking at North this year. We're looking at, let's say, some other parts of the country that we've never been, so that we can make sure that esports is not only in the capital, Accra, but all the other. So that was my highlight for me. Apart from the brand, other corporate engagement we had, like the Jumia, the TCL, and others. But I think the core help, which was beneficial, was the roles we had in the regions, because then those people, those in those areas, get to also benefit what esports is all about.
But what about downsides? Were there any downsides for 2021?
Oh, well, I mean, success doesn't really mean that you haven't had downside. There were downsides. There were a lot of downsides, but it's not something that really I can pinpoint to put my mind on, because once it happens, you forget and you keep on going. So downside maybe or may not, but I believe that looking into the future is the best thing to do. So,
yeah, but I I, for one, think I see a downside because I don't understand how over the years, so much success, so much sponsorship deals, so much improvements over the years, yet still, Ministry of Youth and Sports not recognizing esports. We have seen esports being recognized in South Africa, Nigeria, Zimbabwe. Why not Ghana? What's going on?
Well, that conversation is a very difficult one to sometimes leadership is a bit careful as to what to do if they have little knowledge about the space. And I understand that esports is not, though it's not new, but it's fairly new to some old people. So Ministry of Sports, Ministry of Youth and Sports, Ghana Sports Council are not in position to really champion it, probably because they don't have some of the managers who can really champion the cause there, or they have other priorities besides esports.
But has the federation been pushing?
Yes, we've done. I mean, I know I've sent emails and letters. We've tried getting conversation with the directors, but some of these people are very difficult to see or meet. So, but another thing that philosophy we took upon ourselves is to grow our own space. Once we be able to do what we have to do, eventually they will come. We don't need to go and chase them.
Yeah, but what about other sports federations? You don't necessarily need the Ministry of Youth and Sports, but you can approach the GFA, you can approach the Ghana Cricket Association, you can approach the Ghana Fencing Association, because there are various games that are linked to their sports, and maybe you can talk to them and get them to maybe partner with the Ghana Esports. That could lend a hand in getting a real conversation going with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Has the federation thought of doing this?
Well, what we've done is, I think some other bodies we've initiated conversations. And as I said, there's a lot of bureaucracy that goes behind the scene before we finally come out to say, hey, yeah, GFA and Ghana Esports are in collaboration to champion this cause. Yes, there have been talks, not only from me, from other executive members. I've also tried to reach out to people they know in those other agencies. So it will take a while for them to say, okay, we need to collaborate to do this. And I understand they themselves are overrun by their own management for the football or cricket or fencing or whatever. But yes, we've done some initial talks. We've done initial trying to reach out to them. But we haven't done more. Probably we need to do more, yeah.
But what about the Ghana Olympic Committee? I believe the IOC say they are open to having esports be at the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
Yes, yes, we've have. I think that I can boldly say that the president of the Ghana Olympic Committee has been forthcoming and very welcoming to esports activity. I mean, so with the LOC, probably very soon we will get to engage them as well.
All right, so we've been talking a lot about 2021 and what happened in 2021, but let's talk about 2022. What are we supposed to expect from the Ghana Esports Association this year?
Well, the year has started well. We've already activated some events and in January, and then I know Ragnar Esports had undefeated going. We did a kickoff, which actually started esports events. It was a kind of a springboard for activations of esports. We did the kickoff. So then, so there are other events coming up. We have the Independence Day Cup. I've seen that there are other people also doing stuff on the 5th, on the 6th, on the 7th of March. and all that. And then I can boldly confirm that NBA 2K with Levels Up Unlock is also coming up in August. Apart from that, the two global esports bodies are also having their championship, and it's possible Ghana will be able to make it.
So what are you looking forward to the most this year?
What I'm looking forward to the most this year is to be able to go to the regions. And I think one of our association members are already activating in some of the regions. So for instance, the Ragnars are going to Eastern, which we're supposed to have gone long time ago. So it's wonderful that some others are carrying on the foundation we have done, and they want to also spread out to all these other regions. So what I'm looking at for a lot of development in the grassroots level.
So something that interests me a lot is the finances. I mean, without governmental support, you guys have been able to do so much for the sports, sending gamers to events in and outside of the country, but it will get to a point where things could get a little bit more difficult for the federation. So how are you planning towards that point of no return?
Well, we decided last year that we want to pay dues, which our business development manager, Mr. Henry Herbert, has put together and presented to me to look at how much members will be paying as dues. So the first thing is to be able to make ourselves self-sufficient by collecting dues for our members. Then we use it to run the association, or we use it to run other events on behalf of the association. So that is the dues first. But talking about money from government, they don't see the need to give us money to develop the space. But I believe that we can start from our own backyard. Then when it gets bigger, probably the government can recognize it.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss or say before we let you go?
Well, I would say that this year is going to be a lot of marathon events. I'm hoping that the gamers will come out and come and play. There's even an event for players to go to Nigeria to go and play. It all depends on your preparedness and readiness too. So I wish to encourage gamers to get their passport, to practice hard and learn hard and be themselves.
All right, thank you so much, Kwesi. Well, that was Kwesi Hayford, president of the Ghana Esports Association, and I have been Leroy Hawkson. Thanks for watching.